Occasionally, when I'm just sat bored, I get the sudden urge to go play some gambling games. Now, I either play blackjack, roulette, maybe some poker, or sometimes I just play random games like the one I'm going to be showing you today. Now, these videos are not meant as guides to go play these games. They are not meant as any sort of advice or anything along them lines. This is just simply me having some gambling fun. It is nothing more than that. There is no referral links involved in this, so I'm not going to make any money if you lose money or anything like that. Every game you see on here is fairly self-explanatory. You can go play that on the majority of different bookmaker sites, so I'm not promoting you to go anywhere and spend money yourself. It's just sometimes I'll watch people gamble on YouTube, so I don't do it myself, and I'm hoping that's kind of a similar trade-off here. You'll watch me so you don't lose the money yourself. I'm going into this today with £100 in my bank. We're going to see how much we end up with at the end after I get a little bit bored. Depending on how long I sit and play this for, there might either just be little highlights here and there, or you might see the whole thing if it doesn't actually go on that long. I'm only going to play 3 or 4 games. I'm expecting to lose it all, as you should always do when you go in with gambling. Don't expect to win, just go in expecting to lose it all, and then you'll go in with an amount you're comfortable with, and then that's pretty much going to be it. We're not going to do this too often on this channel. This channel is the majority of the time about making money online and finding different methods to do that. So if it sounds like something you'd be interested in, please do subscribe. But we are going to throw in just some random bits like this just to break up the seriousness, have a little bit of a laugh, and we might end up doing this on some sort of live stream at some point instead of doing it on a video where you can't really interact with me, and we're just going to have some fun here hopefully today. Now, before we get into every game, I'm going to do a little precaution bit just to let you know about gambling and stuff like that. So this Deal or No Deal game we're playing here is called the Evolution Deal or No Deal Live. I'm going to be playing it over on risk.com. Don't ask me why, it's just the one that had the best sort of deals when I signed up, so I'm going to be using them. Now, Deal or No Deal Live has a return to play value, if I can just find it on this site here. It has a return to player of 95.42%, which isn't great. You get much higher. You can see down here, roulette's got a return to player of 97, blackjack's got 99.5. Return to player, for those who don't know, is how much of your stake you will get back when you play it for a long period of time. So you can see with all of these, you will get less than what you've put in back, and that's majority of the time is the case with casinos because the house always wins. But today we're just going to have a little bit of a play around and see what we can do. Now, I might end up losing my whole £100 here. I might end up making a little bit more than that. Whichever happens, don't think the same would happen to you. It is just gambling. It can go either way, and please only do it if you're above the certain age that is required in whichever country you're from. And now that that's all out of the way, let's just go do some gambling. So, with this Deal or No Deal game, it's a little bit weird. I'm going to show you guys the process of it here if I can get it. Now, this is the Deal or No Deal here. It is fairly simple to do. You've got your qualification where it will spin this wheel. By the way, apologies for my camera being quite dark. I would normally put on this light here that is going to make me look very bright, but then I can't actually look into the camera because it is that bright. I'm looking into getting some actual lighting that will hopefully help whenever I record it in the night time. But for the sake of this, let's get that muted. But for the sake of this, we're just going to be using the camera as is now. Now, for the qualification, what you need to do is have this thing spin. And what it's going to do is you need it to lock up with the golden sections in each of these 3 segments. Once you're locked in, you'll then get into the actual game itself. To qualify, you're just going to select which box you want. That's going to give it an added bonus. So you can see we can select box 11, box 1, box 5, whatever. We can choose whether we want it to be a normal spin, which means none of the original 3 there are locked up at the start. You can go easy, which locks the bottom, very easy, which locks the top 2, which means you just need to get the top one done. You can also do your bet as well. So for example, you can come in here and make it so it's going to cost you £90 for this initial spin. This £90, it might not get it in and you might lose your whole amount, or you could get in and get qualified and then you're going to be playing for these amounts on the boxes. I'm not going to do that because I'm only going in with £100 here today. So I'm going to start off with quite a low amount and then build on it and see how it goes. We are going to, over the course of the next few months on here, just to break up the other videos, do some other gambling stuff along the lines of this. So we're going to try out some blackjack, some roulette. But luckily with them, we have some options to try out some actual strategies with them. So we're going to actually be able to try out different methods people say don't guarantee money but help your return to player value, and we're going to give them all a go and see how that works out. Now what I'm going to do is try and spin here. I'm going to go with my number 14 and number 7 as my two main boxes, and I'll show you what happens once we get qualified. So I'm going to show you this first round all in its glory just to see what happens, and then the next few we might just catch up depending on how big of a stakes we do or how much we win or lose. So we've got 1 minute 25 seconds left to qualify. It's going to cost me 90p every time I want to do this. So let's see how this goes, and we get put in straight away. So we've now qualified, and now what you do with the rest of the time is you boost up your boxes. So I'm going to boost up number 7 over here. You can adjust the bet if you want to boost it up a little bit more, but I'm going to boost these up to be maybe a couple pounds each, get them to be around a £5 each, a few of them anyway, just a few random numbers. I've played this before, it doesn't take a genius to see how it works, but you just want to try and get it to be a nice good selection of different numbers so that you're not left with nothing if your selected numbers don't come up. So you can see 14 over here, the one we chose, has now got £10 in, and all the others have just got random amounts. So let's just get these added in. You can see how much you've spent so far in the bottom as well, just to keep an eye on how much you've spent and how much you need to win to break even for this round. But I'm not expecting too much with this one. We're not spending too much at all. So let's just keep going. We've got 20 seconds left. I'm just going to add in a few more to a few random ones here. But you can see we've spent nearly, what's that? Excuse me there. We've spent £3 here on this game. And this is the one downside to doing this live. I can't cut out me coughing. But we've spent £3 after this one here exactly on qualifying and getting into this. But you can see quite a lot of these are under £3. So we're going to have to keep an eye on which boxes we've got that are actually going to be worth something. So we've got number 2, number 4, number 7, number 9, 10, 13, 14 and 16 that would make us profit. So we've got quite a few here that would make us profit. Now the whole point in this is what the trade deal up there recommends to get money. I mean, we've lost quite a bit of good ones there. But what they recommend if you actually want to make profit through this is to just take any offer you get that gives you profit. So there, for example, £3.50, they'd recommend you take it. Even though we had ones there left that had value in, they recommend you take that offer, you take any that gets you profit. So we would have lost 11 there, 10 that would have cut us out, 5 and 1. So we probably would have got a bit of a better offer this time around here. But what they recommend is every time the opportunity for profit arises, you just take it and leave. So for example there, we made 50p. I'm not going to do that. Like I said, I came into this expecting to lose money. You never go into gambling expecting to win anything. So we're just going to have a play around, see how it goes. I've looked into it. There's not really a set strategy on how you can try and manipulate this system. The one key thing everyone seems to do is you get qualified, you pick an additional 3 boxes on top of your qualification box, and then you just see how it goes and play it by ear. So we're going to do that. I'm going to wait for this one to run out here, just because it's not really enough time to then add up your boxes, and then we'll go into the next round together and see if we can get qualified. So here we go then, we've got 2 minutes. The 3 numbers I'm going to go for this time are 3, 7 and 12. And then if we manage to get any additional time after that, we might add in another one. So we've got number 3 there. I'm now going to boost up 7 and 12 a few times, and then we'll see what we think about that. So I'm going to get these boosted up. I'm hopefully going to try and get them to be about £10-ish each, just so we've got some quite nice amounts to play for. So that's up to 8, hopefully just one more. Maybe another one after this then, and another one as well. So we're going 3, 7 and 12, so let's come over to 12, get that boosted up, and then we might just add in a couple pounds on another random one and see how that goes. Now obviously it does depend on how good of a boost you get for these, so you might get the big red one that's a 5, or you might get other ones that are nowhere near that. And of course you can boost up the amount here and say do 20p instead, which is obviously going to boost them up a bit more. So we can do a few more now that that one did quite well for us and got us the £10. So we're going to just keep going. Another £10 there, that's quite handy. We're going to go to the number 1 down here. The most I'm going to do for now is I'm going to just spend a £5 on a few of these and see how it goes. Be aware though, you're not going to qualify every time like I just have there for the past few. It is just going to be a bit of luck. So for the last few times I'm going to boost up number 3, and we're going to add in quite a bit to number 3. We're going to do the rest until we get to £5 on number 3. So it's going to go up quite high, hopefully, if we manage to get a few good ones. And we've got 2 more goes on this, I believe, to get it up a little bit more. And we're really going to focus in on that number 3, in case you can't tell. So if number 3 comes in, number 1, number 7, number 9, number 12, they're the only ones we've got. So we've got 1, 3, 7, 9 and 12. You can see how this can get addictive very quickly and very easily. I'm going to play a few at this £5 mark, and then what we'll do is we'll try a few with bigger stakes. Maybe try some with 10, 15, 20 pounds and see how it goes. But the one we're looking out for here is number 3. We don't want it to go anytime soon, because 3 is got a lot of money for us out there today. So let's see how this goes. I'm obviously only doing this just for a bit of fun. Please don't think I'm seriously trying to make money on this one. And we managed to keep number 3. We've lost ones that cost us very little there, and now we can go in and get a nice £2.27 profit. I'm not going to do what I said in the last round by just taking the ones where you get an instant bit of profit. We're going to stick with some of these and see if we get lucky. We're looking for the number 3 to not come out, so let's hope we don't lose the number 3 here. 7, 4 and 13. So we've lost one of our big ones there, but we've still got number 3, and we've still got a few left as well, so we can take £9.10 if we want. And I'm going to not take it because we've got 4 there that will get us more than this. So let's hope we don't lose 1, 2, 9 and 12. They're the ones we're looking out for here. 1, 2, 9 and 12. 3's gone. 9's gone. But we've still got 10 and 12. Is it going to be over the £9? It's £6, but I think we've got to take that one because we've only got 2 left there that will get us money. So let's just see how this goes. Let's hope 12 and 1 go. Obviously, we could have got more money in that one. We could have got a lot less. But 12 and 1, we're hoping go out with these 3. And we lose 1. So it would be left to 12. We'd either be getting £15, £16, sorry, and getting some profit, or we'd be getting 10 pence. I choose to stick with this one, and we would have got, if we'd have stuck with it, let's wait and see. If we'd have stuck with this, we would have lost or won. We would have got 10 pence. So I made the right choice there. So we've got 15 seconds left now. I'm not going to boost this up. I know you could and just get a nice, quick, easy one, but I hate the qualification phase. I'd rather stick more into 4 random numbers and not qualify. So that's just the way I'd rather be. I'm going to stick with the 16 on this one. Hope we qualify straight away. And see, you can see that time around we didn't qualify. So we lost £1. We've lost £2 now just by not qualifying. But then we do get qualified. So you can see it does eat into it sometimes with the qualification. And that was on the very easy method as well. Now I'm going to set this up to be £2 per go. And 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Oh, do I just put £2 on each of the reds? I'm going to. We'll see how that goes out. See what that does. And that managed to get us quite a little bit there. And you can see with this one, if you hit the red, it's going to be up at £100. So you can see that might end up being quite valuable. Because, I mean, you could literally have qualified for this with £3, stuck the 100 on your £10 box, and really have gone home with some nice earnings if that one came in. But obviously, it is still very heavily down to luck out here. Now, I'm going to choose one box, and we're going to add in a few more. I'm going to get rid of that 10 pence first, just to get that rounded up nicely. So we'll go with the one that's down at £10 down here, and get that rounded up nicely to £15. And I'm going to put £1 on the 3 lowest. So we've got 21, 18 and 10. So let's get these all done down here. And that's quite nice to go on that one actually. And then we've got 14. And then we've got this one down here as well. And then we may as well add a £2 one onto whichever's the lowest, which again is down here at 18. So we'll add that on, hopefully get 100. We get 40. But you can see there, there's quite big chunks there on all of these. Got one with 22 there, that would only make us £2 profit. But pretty much, as long as the reds stay in this time, we're looking at something nice. Now, I could add £2 onto this red one, and I'm actually going to do that just because it's going to definitely go above 22, and it's only going to get us up to the 22. So hopefully, we're focusing on the reds in this round. It's costing us a little bit, it's costing us £22, but as long as the reds stay out, we're in with a chance. So let's see what happens with these first 3. I mean, the first one could be a good deal if all these 3 are blue, but we're hoping really here for 12 not to come out. So 13's gone and the other two are blue. We've still got 12 in there, that's up at £70. So we could make instant profit of a nice £2.46 there. I don't see anyone who's taken that, because even if all 4 of these next ones are red, we've still got some good potential profit there to come from this. Now, I don't know how much I can stress this. Don't treat this as real money. Well, do treat it as real money, to be fair, but don't think you're going to win every time on this. You're probably not. Oh, that's still only £2 profit, but we've still got number 12 in there. I'm going to leave that out, because still, even if all 4 of these are red, we still have at least 1 box in there. Just don't be 12 that goes, because we really want 12 to stay. At the moment, 12 is staying. We've lost 2, but we've kept 12. What amount we're going to get offered now? £30. That's £8 profit. I'm going to say no deal, because as long as 12 and 10... I know that one was probably a very stupid move, because all 3 of these now could be reds and we could be left hating ourselves. But hopefully, there goes 10 and there goes 12, but we've kept 11. So what we're going to get offered here? In fact, £15. I'm going to say no deal. And I'm going to keep the briefcase this time. So let's hope for 13. Otherwise, we've lost quite a bit of money. Let's hope for 11, I should say. Oh. That's why this can hurt sometimes. Right. That's why these games can sometimes be so cruel. I quite like doing that though and sticking with it. So we're going to do that again and stick with all the reds. And we're going to go back to the £2 mark. That managed to get us £30 with a spin that time. So let's go back to... First of all, let's do 10 pence on this one, just to get the nice bit rounded up. And I'm going to do £2 on each of these. And then what I'm going to do, because we're left with the 9 now, that's got the lowest, I'm going to put £1 on here. I don't know why, but we're going to put £1. And then what I'm going to do is put, to be fair, £16. I want to make sure all of them are above how much we've paid. So I'm going to put £2 on the number 9 and the number 14, just so we're way above what we've spent. And then I'm also going to put £2 on 13 and 10. And that should leave us pretty clear of the amount. So we spent 24 and all of them are pretty much above 24. So I'll see you when we get our first offer. I won't put you through the pain of watching the boxes like I've just had to go through. So for this round, I may as well show you the boxes. It's probably the best bit. So we've got 10, 11 and 13. They're the boxes we need to knock them up. 10, 11 and 13. We've lost 11, but we haven't lost 10. But we've lost a lot of the reds there, which isn't ideal. Obviously, I'm going to say no deal to that. I'm not taking a loss. You never take the deal when it's a loss. Why would you? You're not stupid. Unless, obviously, the money matters to you. In which case, stop gambling. There's no point. But let's hope for this one that we don't lose 4 reds, because then we really are in trouble. 16's gone, but we've still got... In fact, we lost 11, didn't we? But we've got 13 and 10. We're still not in profit. Don't get that deal. I know there's still 4 boxes to come in the next one and we could be completely wiped out, but what's the odds on all 4 of these being red, eh? I'm pretty sure there's a good odds of that happening, but let's see. So we lost 1 blue, so we've at least got 1 red left. We've lost 10, which isn't good, but we've still got 13. I mean, £28, but we've got 3 left there. We may as well take this to the last box like we did with the last one. Just hope these 3 aren't red. And then we've got a good chance of getting some good profit here. Let's hope they're not red. Please just be the 2 blues. Oh. So now we either get 50p or £35. Or £17. What I'm going to do, no deal. Keep with this. It can't be 3 blues in a row, can it? 3 blues in a row, it can't happen. Come on, 1 red. And there we go. Got some money back, but we are obviously now still at a loss because we lost that much on that 1 go. But I am cautious here of my phone battery, that is getting quite low, and I'm cautious about the fact that we've done a few here and it's all pretty much, once you've played a few games, it's just the same of each. So just to show that this really doesn't stand up for much, I'm going to choose 4 numbers then we're going to put the whole £89.33 in, or as much of it as we can. Because I came in expecting to lose it, we may as well go out on a big one. So I'm going to go on a random number generator. So I'm just loading one up here. We need one that's going to give us a few numbers though. It's only going to give us one, that one. This is where my lighting really gets showed how poor it is, because you're going to see a big jump in change, but depending on the background of the different screens, it's a bit weird. So we want 4 numbers, no repeats, sort low to high just to make it easier, and we want a number between 1 and 16. Let's get looking. So we're going with number 1, 5, 7 and 10. 1, 5, 7 and 10. We'll wait for this number countdown to go, and then we'll come into it. I'm going to choose one of the random numbers to be our main box. That's probably just going to get the first initial £10 in, or however much it is. But what is it, the numbers? 1, 5, 7 and 10. 1, 5, 7 and 10. So we're in our round now, so God knows how long it's going to take us to qualify, but we're going to go with number 1 as our main box here. And we didn't qualify that time, of course we didn't, but we did then. So I'm now going to do 5, 7, and I'm going to do 10, but I'm also going to add on 14, just so we've got 2 on each side. And these are the ones we're going to put the money in. So let's get going. So 5 we're going to go for over here. I'm going to stick this up straight away to be £5 on each spin. I'm going to do 1 on each and see where we're looking at. So 5, 7 over here. Then we're going to go 10 and 14, just so we know we've got them ones locked in and ready to go. And that's already cost us £20 there. I'm going to do 1 on number 1, just to make sure that it stays above. I want all of them to be above what we've paid, just so it makes it valuable to us. So then we're just going to go through a few more of these. That gets it up nicely. I'm not going to do number 10 again, because that's already over 100, so that makes no sense. 14, let's get that over 100 if we can, and we do. Number 1, let's get that up. We're going to put the whole amount in here. Like I said, it's not going to be pretty, probably. I'm probably going to be disappointed with myself and regret making this video afterwards. But why not? It's a bit of fun, isn't it? I mean, when you're not losing the money, it's a bit of fun. But we'll see how it goes. We've got plenty of time left here, actually. So let's get the lowest ones added up. So that's over here with 115. I mean, you've only got to see here, we've put £65 into this one. But all of our 5 are above 100. But we've still got a little bit of money left, so let's stick some of these in. I'm going to go with a bit smaller amounts. I hate having ones that cost this much. It just doesn't seem worth it to me, ever. But I said I'd do it, so we're going to now. We may as well. Let's get 14 up a bit more. Then we've still got this one over here. That's only at 140. Let's do one more spin. We're getting to the end now, to be fair. That's over 200. Let's try to get this one up close to 200 as well. Come on. Oh, we just missed out. But here we go. So, it's costing us £83.90. We're basically got nothing left now. We've got 1, 5, 7, 10 and 14. We've got 5 numbers. We can't get too screwed over by the first 3, but just watch them try. We didn't lose any of our numbers there. So we're getting offered £80.93. See, part of me really wants to take that, but we've got 5 numbers left still. We've got 5 numbers left still. Let's hope that just 4 of them don't leave in this one. 1, 5, 7, 10, 14. We've lost 1, but we've still got the others still to go. £94. Oh, no deal. I'm going to regret that one. I can sense it. But let's see what happens with these last 4. 1, 5, 7 and 10. We've got 5 and 7 still left. And it's over £100. I'm going to take that. We can't not take that, I'm afraid. That puts our balance at £115.46. We get our money back. Let's see how this goes. Please say 1, 5 and 7 leave here. 5 and 7 do leave. I would have stuck. I've stuck all night. So we would have either got £179 or 10 pence. I'd have stuck with this box. Please be number 6. Please be number 6. And it is. And it is. number 6. Thank God for that. So there we go. If I'd have stuck with it all, we'd have lost 10p, but I mean, to be fair, I probably could have stuck with M4 box as well. I didn't realise we still had 3 left, but I definitely wasn't going to take that risk. When we got that offered the 110, I think we needed to take it. But that is it. I am not doing any more of that. Let's go back to the home page, make sure we've got that 115 to get withdrawn, and we do. Like I said though, we are going to leave that money in there because over the next few months and weeks, I'm going to try out some roulette, try out some blackjack. We're going to give loads of different things a go. There's loads of different live casino games on here as well. Now I can't do this too often because obviously I'm not made of money, and these won't bring in too much money either through YouTube ad revenue, and it won't bring in too much money through other sources either. So it's going to be quite tricky to reuse YouTube money for this. That £100 has come from YouTube. Not directly, but through you guys watching the adverts. So that is why I'm using it for this, just so we can have a bit of a relax. Maybe not so much me, but I'm going to keep that money in the account. We'll keep rolling it over, try out some different games. We've got loads of stuff here. We've got a crazy time, we've got a spin wheel thing, we've got some proper roulette, lightning roulette. There's loads of different games we can give a try here. We've got Monopoly Live. I just like doing this sort of stuff so that if we do lose a lot, you guys won't have lost a lot, and hopefully you still get the fun bit of gambling through this as well. We're £15.46 up after this. I wonder how much we'll be up after we try our next game. So make sure you stick around, hit the subscribe button to follow for the next time we do this. Watch all the other videos we've got on this channel as well, and try learning some actual money, and earning some actual money I should say, instead of losing some by gambling. But I hope to see you in the next video.